Well, within the past few hours today, Russian and Ukrainian diplomats have sat down for talks in Belarus, this aimed at pausing the conflict. The Ukrainian president's office says it wants an immediate ceasefire and the withdrawal of Russian troops. Now, meanwhile, the Kremlin said it would not declare its official position publicly ahead of those talks. Well, covering proceedings for us today is France 24's Angela Diffley, and she's with me now. Angela, what can you tell us about these talks going on today in Belarus?
Well, whilst Volodymyr Zelensky says the next 24 hours are crucial for the future of Ukraine, he is utterly sceptical about the outcome of these talks. He's laid down his conditions. He said there must be a ceasefire and that Russia must get out of his country. But all of this against the background of Russia, Putin having raised the readiness of nuclear weapons in his country, and Volodymyr Zelensky having to try and assess whether that is a bluff or whether that is something to be really fearful of. That is an impossible position in which to negotiate. So nobody holds out any real hope for these talks on the border of Belarus. There have been some other developments as well. There are reports that troops are being readied in Belarus to join Russian forces. That hasn't yet been verified. But it's a very, very difficult position for Zelensky to be in, to be simply unable to understand what might be going on in Putin's mind. Set against that, there have been some positive developments for the Ukrainians. The European Union has, of course, decided to band together and send arms. That's a really important development because it's the very first time Germany in 70 years, it's completely turned around its defence policy and agreed to go in and join buying weapons for Ukraine. Sweden, too, which is an officially neutral country. So there have been lots of uplifting messages for Volodymyr Zelensky, but those talks, few people expect much to come out of them.
As you said, though, the European Union working hard to support Ukraine in different ways. Now, that does include a raft of sanctions. They are the strongest sanctions the EU has ever imposed on any country. And it does seem today they're taking an effect, aren't they, in Russia?
Yes, they are. And there are further sanctions as well. The airlines are not going to be allowed to fly in and out of Russia. That will be more complete by the end of today. And also Russia's foreign currency reserve. That is potentially a game changer. $630 billion of foreign currency reserve is now being blocked from Russian access. That had a huge effect against the Taliban in Afghanistan. It's potentially a game changer. We've already seen in Russia people lining up outside banks. The ruble has plunged, and we can see real worry about money in Russia. All of these things are contributing to unnerve Putin. There are reports, we all know, that this has not in any way gone to plan, but whether that contributes to making him more desperate or more inclined to pull back is the enormous question.
Angela Diffley for now. Thanks very much indeed.